Question 6. A student investigated the reaction between magnesium and excess hydrochloric acid. This is their method. Okay, the method's there. Give the independent variable and one control variable in the investigation. So the independent variable, that's the one we measure. No, it's not. I'm so sorry. Do you know what? Let me start. It's the one we change. Goodness me. It's the one we change. Control variable is the one we keep the same. And the dependent variable, so the dependent variable, that's the one we measure. Okay. So let's look through this method and see which thing we change, which one we keep the same. So pour 50 centimeters cubed of hydrochloric acid into the conical flask. Well, that's very deliberate. That tells you exactly how much acid there is. Add a piece of magnesium. It doesn't tell you how big the piece is. Collect the gas produced in a gas syringe. Record the volume. Okay, this is our record bit, isn't it? So record the volume of gas produced every 20 seconds. Okay, so that's our dependent variable there. And we're doing it every 20 seconds, which is a control, over for two minutes. And then we repeat. Remember I said earlier about, in question 3, about we repeat steps 1 to 5, ignore anomalies, calculate an average. That's that line there, isn't it? So the thing we're changing is we're repeating steps 1 to 5 with a higher concentration. So we're changing the concentrations of hydrochloric acid. Now, be careful here. If you just wrote concentration, that's not enough. It's too vague. They give you the answer there. So always write whatever they've got here in full. So concentrations of hydrochloric acid. Things we're keeping the same. Well, we're keeping the time we measure the same. We're keeping the duration we measure, the total duration. 50 centimeters cubed of hydrochloric acid is my favourite. So we're going to keep the volume of hydrochloric acid. And because I read it off there and they've given me that information, I'm going to put 50 centimeters cubed. Be really careful here. So I'm going to write something in blue, a wrong answer. So never say keep same equipment. Okay? And that's not just this practical, but that's nearly every practical. Don't ever say keep the same equipment. It's rarely worth a mark. So just one safety precaution a student might take. So suggest just means have a guess at it. Okay, well, safety goggles. Now, safety goggles alone is a little bit vague. What about them? Should they sit on them? Should they eat them? Well, I want to make sure I get the mark because every mark is precious, so wear safety goggles. Suggest an improvement the student could make to improve the reliability of their results. It's worth 2 marks, this one. Lots of students already get 1 mark for this, and this is going back to the question 3, the sentence you can write at the end of every single investigation where you collect numbers. So repeat experiment. Three times. Ignore anomalies. Calculate average volumes of gas produced. Okay, so calculate averages. So repeat experiment 3 times, ignore anomalies, calculate averages. That's the key statement I'd like you to make at the end of every investigation that you write a method for.